What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. This is the Mapes Mindset. I'm Ryan, your host, and I'm excited to be back with you guys today. It's been a few weeks since I put out a video. Just had quite a few things going on, trying to learn some new video editing, and didn't want to rush through things like I had been in order to get a product out. So I just took a few weeks to step back and put some videos together and work on my editing skills a little bit. So if you notice some changes, that's why. We're no longer doing the live streams. I am doing recordings and then editing and uploading later, well, like most normal YouTube people. Yeah, moving forward, this is how it's going to be done, and I'd love to know if you guys have any questions that I can answer for you. So please hit me up in the comments, send me a message, whatever. Let me know any questions you have, and I will do my best to work my way through them and get them all answered to the best of my ability. If I cannot answer it, I will find you an answer or refer you to somebody who can. That is one thing I will not do. I will not bullshit you. If I don't know something, I'm not going to talk about it. It's not what we're here to do. I'm not here to spread bullshit and lies and trick people into doing things that are unnecessary or will not work for them just because somebody else said it. I don't roll like that. I don't appreciate that, and I know you don't as well. So I try to keep everything as straightforward as possible. And again, if I don't know something, I will either find the answer and get it for you or refer you to somebody who can, because it's not me. But let's get into today's topic. We are going to talk about the mindset required for weight loss. There is more than just wanting to lose weight that it takes. You have to push yourself, you have to challenge yourself, and a number of other things in order to reach the goal you have set for yourself. So today, we will break down the different things I believe go into the mindset required for weight loss. If you wanted to, you could expand it to really achieving any goals. Weight loss is just a goal you have set for yourself that you're trying to reach. So you could apply this same mentality, these same traits to any goal you're trying to achieve, and you will be successful. I can guarantee it. So let's get into it. I have five mindset shifts that are required for you to be able to lose weight. Guaranteed weight loss. Want to hear what they are? Motivated, determined, willing to be challenged, growth mindset, goal oriented. So 5 traits I believe are absolutely critical to weight loss success. Again, motivation, determination, a willingness to be challenged, a growth mindset, and you must be goal oriented. Let's move into motivation first. I want to start with this one. It is probably the most critical, and it is not something you will have or that you will consistently have. You will have a brief period of motivation, and then it's going to stop, and you have to find your motivation. Motivation isn't going to find you. You have to find your motivation. It doesn't matter what so-and-so, yada yada, and who's that are doing. It doesn't matter. You have to find what works for you. Somebody else's motivation techniques or tactics won't necessarily work for me. And the same for the way I motivate myself isn't going to work for you. I can be brutally honest and sometimes downright negative and mean towards myself in order to get the motivation I need. But I have found that that is the best way to motivate myself sometimes. I need that. I need that kick in the ass to get going. You may not respond as positively as I can to my negativity, but you have to find what works for you, whether it's making a list of goals, writing down a task list. What else is there? Finding a partner, somebody to work out with, or work towards achieving things together. Um, there's a number of different things that you can do to find your motivation. And again, I'm rather closed minded, I guess, in that sense, because I only know what works for me. I can't tell you what works for you. So there's, my wife will do this to me. She'll say, well, what do I do? And I look at her like, I don't know what you do. You have to find what's going to work for you. I can give you a few ideas of things that I do or I try. Maybe you can find some success with that stuff, but ultimately, do your own research and find what works for you. It's hard, like I've just said at the beginning, it's hard for me to talk about things I don't know. So there are a number of other ways to find your motivation, but they don't work for me or I haven't tried it. So I can't sit here and speak about it. The only things I can talk about are things that I have used that have worked for me. So that's what I mean when I say I guess rather closed-minded about this, because I'm only going to talk about what works for me. So you're going to have to do your own research and see what else is out there. Find another guru to tell you how to do something. Not necessarily me this time. I can only give you a couple of the things that I use. I guess a few different things, ways to mix it up to keep your workouts fresh and exciting, because that can help keep you motivated as well. If things go stagnant, stale, and you're not finding interest in things anymore, your motivation is going to start waning as well. So you need to find ways to continue to mix it up. New workouts, like I said, find a partner, maybe find a group or a class exercise that you can go to. Some yoga, some riding your bike, whatever. There's different, all kinds of different group exercise classes out there at your local gym. So get out, check those out. Partners are really, really big into motivating you and help keeping you going, especially when things get tough or difficult. You start to hit a plateau, it starts to get a little bit colder outside, and you're maybe not wanting to be out and about as much, being as active as you have been. The partner comes in and just gives you another reason to get up and do something. It's not just about you anymore. It's about somebody else, and that little bit of encouragement goes a long way. Another way, find a goal. Find something you are working towards. Maybe it's a certain amount of weight lost. Could be a certain amount of weight lifted. Maybe you're, one of the things I've always talking a lot about myself here, giving a lot away. I've always wanted to be able to bench 300 pounds. Never been able to do it. Get into more of that some other time, but always wanted to be able to bench 300. You set a goal like that for yourself to strive towards. Could be to run a race, a marathon, whatever. Tons of different goals and achievements you can set your sights on to keep yourself motivated. Moving on, the next kind of trait I want to talk about is determination. This goal, this thing you're reaching for, you're striving for, you have to really, really, really want it. There is going to be a difficult path ahead of you. You're going to have doubters, you're going to have injuries, you're going to have setbacks, plateaus, you name it, you're going to face it. This is going to be difficult. You have to want it. It's an absolute must. If you don't want to achieve your goal, you will not do it. If somebody else is telling you you have to do it, but you don't have your heart set on it, you're not going to be successful. You will fail every single time. I promise you that. If you don't want it, you will not get it. It's as simple as that. You must be determined to achieve your goal. Achieving these kinds of goals, it's going to be hard work. It's going to be a lot of hard work. You will have to put in effort. It's not going to be how you're feeling, not going to be butterflies and rainbows and unicorns. It's going to be hell. It's going to be work. You have to make sure you're willing and ready to put in that commitment and work your ass off to stay true to that commitment. You must be determined. If you aren't, you're not going to lose any weight. Now, you might lose some. You might even hit your goal, but it'll come right back. You ain't going to hold it off. You must be determined to make sure this happens. The third trait I want to talk about today is you must be willing to be challenged. Kind of sounds goofy, and I'm not really sure that most would consider this a trait, but I believe you have to want that challenge. You can't just think things are going to happen and be easy. You have to expect things to get harder and harder and harder, and expect to have to rise through the ranks or climb the stairs, climb the ladder, however you want to phrase it. You have to expect that to be happening. You can't expect this to just be a nice, easy escalator that you ride up to the top. No, you are going to have to scratch and claw your way up that ladder, dragging a 150 pounds behind you on a rope that's swinging back and forth, trying everything it can to pull you back off that ladder and make you hit rock bottom. It is trying to get you to fail. You have to be willing to fight through those difficulties, willing to continue to challenge yourself and not take the easy way. This shit's going to be hard. This shit is going to be extremely hard. But anything in this life that is worthwhile is hard. If you haven't learned that by now, you've got a lot of learning, a lot of living left to do. There is nothing in this world that comes easy that is worthwhile. If it's handed to you, chances are it's not going to make you feel good. It's not going to give you that satisfaction you are looking for. Human beings are achievement beings. We want to accomplish goals, check things off our lists, and reach that peak, and then start over and do it all over again. Like, it doesn't matter where you're at in this life. If you've reached a peak, there's always another peak that you're looking for. It's just the way we as humans were built, wired. As you continue on your weight loss journey, you're going to get stronger. You're going to get more fit. You're going to get healthier. These are going to lead to things becoming easier and easier. And if you don't continue to make it more difficult on yourself, your body's going to adapt and start to regress. It's just simple mathematics. Once you have started to hit that kind of plateau and you're not challenging yourself anymore, things start to get stale. It's not exciting for you anymore. And again, going back to one of our other traits, the motivation that you have to continuously look for and find, that motivation is going to start waning again because you're not challenging yourself. It's absolutely critical that you challenge yourself. You can get a coach, you can get somebody else to help you, help push you, but we as individuals have to be willing to challenge ourselves and have that integrity. That's the word I'm looking for. Have that integrity to do the right thing when nobody else is looking. And that includes challenging yourself in those times where temptation's stepping in the way and trying to get you to fall off the wagon. You have to challenge yourself and fight through that. The fourth trait or mindset shift I want to talk about that I mentioned is your growth mindset, or willingness to learn, if you will. We are trying to build healthy, lifelong habits by working out, getting fit, getting healthy, eating right, all of these different changes that we're making. We're trying to develop habits, not just achieve our goal and then go back to normal. This is our new normal. It should be if we want to continue to live a healthy, happy, long life. You need to spend the rest of your life learning. There is not a day that goes by that I don't try to learn something. There's so much cool shit in this world. Not just working out, lifting weights, losing weight, eating right. I mean, there's 4 topics for you to explore that you could very easily spend years and years and years just getting into that. But then you've got history and science and math and world and culture and on and on and on and on and on. And wanting to learn or having the willingness to learn, it continues to challenge your mind and makes things interesting for you. Your, again, like I just mentioned with the willingness to be challenged, things become stagnant if you're not challenging yourself. If you're not learning, your mind is just becoming kind of calloused to what you're doing, and it just becomes this monotonous task that you repeat day in and day out, a routine that you're just stuck in, a rut that you just are stuck in. If you learn something new, you can incorporate that in, and all of a sudden it adds this buzz, this excitement to your day. You get something to look forward to. Then you can learn something else, and oh, let me try that, and learn something else. Maybe you learn how to cook a new meal. You learn how to add a new exercise into your workout, and you learn a new way to break down a muscle and build it back up, or different rep ranges and slow twitch, fast twitch. There's so much for you to learn out there, and not just in this space either. There is an entire world for you to explore. I encourage you to do it. There's so much cool shit out there. So much cool shit. It's with the internet and everything out there available at our fingertips now, it's insane what you can learn from another completely other side of the world that you never would have expected to be able to learn. You can now sit in front of your computer, pull up a video, and learn how to do whatever right in the very comfort of your home. It's insane. Do not lose that growth mindset. It's something we here at the Mapes Mindset talk about all the time. Your growth mindset. It is absolutely critical to anything you do in this life. Again, that's why I've said this is not only a playbook to be able to lose weight. This is a playbook to be successful in your entire life. The last one I want to talk about today is being goal-oriented. I had never understood how people were motivated, how people got so much stuff done, until I started exploring and learning from them how they got through their day. I remember multiple conversations with one of my brothers and just, God, I wish I had your motivation. And he'd say it like, it's not that, don't do anything special. And I couldn't figure it out. I didn't know where it was coming from. How does he have the want, the drive to do all of this stuff? And it's took me a minute to figure out that he doesn't want to do any of this stuff. He just knows he has to. And when you put a task list, goals right in front of your face that you have to look at every single day, you almost can't help but start checking boxes off to make sure you achieve those goals. I would suggest finding that high level goal, that thing you want to achieve most, then you break that down. Really, really dig into that. Then you break that down. If you can, really look into that and break that down again. Get as many tasks as you can. That way you can see just how many rungs of that ladder you have to climb. You can start with the easier ones. Obviously, some of those smaller ones are going to feed into the bigger ones, which then feed into the bigger ones. So you have to go in a certain order, but pick off the easy ones and just start working your way through those tasks. See how much easier it is to accomplish a list like that than just to look at the big one overall goal and how daunting it is to achieve that. You say you want to lose 10 pounds, put that as your goal. You're not going to be able to cross that off for 2-3 months possibly. But if you break that, I want to lose 10 pounds down into 1 pound increments. I want to lose 1 pound. I want to lose 1 pound. I want to lose 1 pound. You're going to be checking those off every single day or every single week. Like, think of how much better that makes you feel as you're crossing those things off, rather than waiting and going, God, I'm only at 8 pounds. I've got 2 more weeks to go until I'm going to hit that 10-pound goal. And then next week you've actually gained a pound. So now you're back to 3 pounds, and you just keep striving for that 10-pound goal, but you never quite get there. So you never really get to check it off, versus you've checked off 1, you've checked off 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How good are you going to feel? You've accomplished 6, 7 tasks instead of 0. So I encourage you to be goal-oriented as well. Set those goals, SMART goals. If you aren't sure what those are, check out video. I will make sure to link to that. And we have quite a few videos talking about SMART goals. Or hit me up, send me a message, and I can give you some more information, help you understand exactly what those SMART goals are. But set some goals, work your ass off to achieve them. All right, I think that'll wrap it up for this week. Talked about the 5 mindset shifts, or the 5 traits I believe are absolutely critical for your weight loss success. We've got motivated, determined, willing to be challenged, a growth mindset, and being goal-oriented. If you've got any questions, hit me up, send me a message, or leave me a comment, and I will get back to you. Have a great one, guys. See ya.